We'll wait for people to start showing up so people can understand what's going on and why the giveaways have been postponed and what exactly is happening. I'm telling you guys right now, it's not good at all. Like Crazy McCormick, I sent him a package and he should have gotten that already. And of course he did. So I had to go through the Detroit distribution center from USPS. And another package that I've mailed out, it's all supposed to be get sent back to me. And they can't find it, they can't locate it. They tell me different stories. They tell me, hey, what's up, Inquisitor? They tell me, oh, it's on a pallet all by itself. I'm like, well, give it to me. And they're like, no, can't have it. So we found a way where we don't have to go through USPS until that stuff has been recovered, because I spend a lot of money to ship shit out. No envelopes, no nothing. They don't get any of my business. No stamps, nothing. So what I would tell you guys to do is share this video on Twitter and tweet USPS and tell them that we're not giving them any more business until all of that shit's recovered, including that package to Crazy McCormick and mine. They'll know what you're talking about. I've talked to the facilities from Howell all the way to Detroit, all the way to the headquarters. So we're not playing around, guys. We're not playing their game. We're doing shit my way. Like, my incoming mail, not so good. My outgoing mail is doing just fine, minus Crazy McCormick's package. But there's something fishy going on at that distribution center. I'm telling you right now, Crazy McCormick and I, when him and I were talking, I says, dog, I got this gift for you. I'm telling you right now, guys, that somebody in that Detroit distribution center is stealing. So you hashtag distribution center Detroit steals, and you tag USPS in it. Maybe they'll investigate then. There's been people that have been dealing with this issue left and right. And I'm not playing this game. Like, it affects you guys. It affects me. It affects me a lot because I got a lot of shit coming for you guys. But I can't do that if the distribution center in Detroit in Allen Park, Michigan is stealing. So I'm calling upon you guys to help me out with that. Because if more people tell them, they'll be more apt to investigate. So when you make a claim, they got to do something right. What I'm hoping for is that we make that claim and then suddenly the package starts moving. Guaranteed to you, though, it's been opened. Guaranteed to you, this fucking scratches and shit on it. You've got the New York City, like, customs. Can I tag it on this? Yeah, absolutely. You tag it on this, tag it on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And just tell them. Like, I've never had this issue until recently, which tells me it's the distribution center. Because prior to 2018, things were fine. Now, all of a sudden, they hired somebody who's trying to get their cocaine fix, who's trying to get their heroin fix, who's trying to get their drugs and shit. And it ain't right. Like, that's all they're trying to do. Like, there's these people that are stealing shit because of the things that I send out, they see it as value. So, we're going to do something about that. And we're going to make sure that these people are done fucking around. Because when it boils down to it, the distribution centers and USPS and all that, with their theft claims, they'll give you a portion of your returns. They'll investigate, but they will never recover the stolen items. They'll tell you they have, but they're not. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up. Like, it makes me look bad when the USPS fucks up because it's no longer on USPS. It's on me. You know, I got my NFGR shirt just fine. I got my t-shirts that I wore just fine. But whenever Sid Jones is out trying to do some business, they fuck around a little bit. Why? Because it's more than t-shirts and they can't steal every goddamn thing from me. They can't steal everyone's packages. So what happened is they held that package, stole it, is my guess, and they did the same thing with Crazy McCormick's because they saw the address on it. They don't like negative promo too, so, yep, I'll tag them. Thank you, Inquisitor. And I was surprised, man. You had no customs issues. You had none of that shit. You got your shit in like 4 or 5 days from the U.S. to the U.K. And that's what's really got me thinking. is that it had to go to maybe Lansing or a different distribution center. But anything that hits Allen Park, things get held up. And it's not just me. There's 189 other people that are dealing with this shit right now. So I'm telling you right now, guys, there's some foul shit going on. There's some god-awful shit. So for right now, we're not doing the giveaways, and we're going to put the pressure on USPS to get shit done right. Because they're not going to do this shit anymore. When it's got my name on it, we're going to make sure that that automatically becomes priority. Because I've called them every single day since last week, and nobody can tell me a goddamn thing. This one woman, she tells me it's on a pallet by itself in the distribution center, and you'll get it in 30 days or at the 30-day mark, whatever. And I said, no. That's deliberately withholding property, which is then theft. So she told me, no, you'll get it Monday. Monday you'll get it. It'll be, I'm like, so you're telling me right now it's going to be in my hands Monday. Well, guess what, guys? My package is still not here. So I have been calling them each and every day. I've got the distribution center on notice, and the woman won't even answer. What up, Joe Wiggles? How you doing, homie? So once they start acting right, maybe. But what up, heads? And then maybe we'll do something different. Like, we'll go through UPS. We'll go through FedEx. I've never had an issue with FedEx or UPS. And it's when it comes down to, like, USPS and shit like that, like, it's garbage. Like, it's fucking foul. Like, it's fucking with my business. It's making me look bad. And you don't get to make me look bad without paying consequences for it. And the USPS is going to learn that real quick. Because I don't play these games at all. I'm prompt and I'm to the point. As a matter of fact, I show up early. I went to my warehouse and I told them what was going on. And we're doing things to make things quick and simple. And as the USPS and all these other employers like to call, efficient. See, what all these employers, I'm talking from Aldi's to Home Depot to Lowe's to McDonald's, they treat their employees very differently than what they had said in the very beginning. And I'm calling them out on that shit, period. So here's how it's going to go, right? We're going to start doing things my way, our way, the right way, the way of Switzerland. We're going to start making it so that way we don't get pushed around, that we don't wait on these people, that we're not sitting there bending to their will. We don't play that game. We don't make those rounds at all. What we do is we do what's best for us. And right now what's best for us is by depleting the amount of money that they get, by discouraging them from this ever happening again. So from now on, no USPS, period, until Crazy gets his package, which goes to Grand Rapids, and my package. And when both those packages show up, I'll consider it. I will strongly think about it. But until that time, the USPS needs to get put on fucking notice. And this is the best way that I could think to do is dedicate an entire Siduation Room to letting them know that you don't ever fuck with my mail. Do what you want with Jim Bob Bo's fucking whatever's package. You deal with fucking Shaylee's fucking dildo. You do whatever the fuck you want with that. But when it comes to my shit, fuck right off with that shit. So, they've been put on notice. I've made all the calls that I can. And I'll call them again tomorrow. Wait and see. I'm going to call them. And I'm going to bug them. And when you guys see this tracking information, it's shady as fuck too. So when you get a package, it's supposed to be delivered to you. And it's got the tracking. It's supposed to be exact tracking. Like accurate to the T, like by the hour, right? I haven't gotten any updates since April 26th. Period. Like nothing. Zip. Zilch. And what's really interesting is that these people who've had the same issue as me, it's the same time frame between noon and 1 o'clock that they just stop getting updates at all. Like no updates. And that's exactly when mine was. It was 12:50 something on April 26th when I got any updates. You know, it's fucked up. I have to avoid that distribution center. So they need to get put on notice. Somebody needs to investigate. You fire every single one of those bastards. Where's this package coming from? It's coming from Ukraine, and then I've got another package that's coming from me to fucking Crazy, and then I've got another package that's going to be on its way that I'm going to have to hand deliver. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all this waiting game. It's all this bullshit, and it makes me look like the asshole. So when this package showed up to New York City, it held there for 11 days, and then it continued onward, and then once it hit that distribution center, which usually takes 2 days, it's now been 7 days. And that's at the point where I'm like, I'm putting in a claim for it. My guy's putting in a claim for it. And everything is going to be just dandy. You wait and see, because they're going to get pissed. They're going to be like, you know what? We'd rather not pay out the insurance. We'd rather not pay out any of this shit. We'd rather just do shit our way. And we're just going to make it so that way they don't get any of my money at all. I spent $50 just mailing out those giveaways last week. And before that, I did like 25, 30. And then when I was mailing out shit right around Christmas time, it was the same damn thing. And it's them getting fucking money. It's been in one place for 7 fucking days, chilling. And the weird thing is they tell me it's chilling in Allen Park. Here's the weird fucked up part though. On my tracking, it says it left and it's going to the next distribution center. Somebody somewhere is lying. And I think that the Postal Service is covering someone's ass. I think they know there's a thief in there. And I think that they're still letting them keep the job because people would rather blow their brains out than fucking work in the Postal Service. So they try and keep everybody they can. And they just turn the other cheek and they walk away. And they make it so that way. This never happened. We never saw this. This isn't happening. So USPS has been put on notice by all of us, and we're gonna make damn sure that the world knows it, because you can Google this shit and whatnot and find out for yourself that it's some bullshit they're doing. I did put it on Instagram. I posted the fucking everything, and that's what I was doing. I'm like, okay, here's a warning shot. I even tagged them in it. Here's another warning shot, and now I'm calling their services. I've talked to supervisors, and nobody can give me the same answer. See, everyone gives me a different fucking story. So we're doing things this way now. We're going to make it so that way other people are fucking bad-mouthing USPS. And then the person who runs their Twitter page is going to be like, well, we should probably do something about that. Yeah, you fucking should, you dumb cunts. Jesus Christ. Fucking assholes. So as far as like the news and everything goes, like it's been all quiet on the Western Front. We still got plans for Denver next week. And then I've got plans to go out to Hampton Beach in New Hampshire, my home state, for the fucking Lethal Weekend with Fury, and officially announced the Last American Rock Stars. And this is Fury's show. He calls the shots. Remember that. Like, I'm fucking excited about that. But the thing is, I've got shit that I got to worry about here. And it seems like every time I go someplace and I leave this vicinity, like all this didn't happen until I was out in Cali. Now, I've been working on this project for months with all sorts of different artists, all sorts of different companies, all sorts of different people. And now all of a sudden, mail gets a little fucking tweaked out. The mail starts to do really fucked up shit. My tracking information doesn't match theirs. They're lying, flat out lying, and they're not giving me my accurate information. So how did the tarot cards? Okay, so it's the poker deck. And I don't know if you guys had seen this. I'm glad Inquisitor brought this up because I'm fuming. Like, I'm sweating. It's fucking hot outside. I've got the fucking light on, so we get some good lighting in here. Like, we get that good quality shit going right now. Here's what happened. So, I see that the Last American Rock Stars are hosting UGH 65. Now, I got my name put in. You're good, dog. I called it a tarot deck, too, at one point. Like, when I was doing fucking pro thing, calling it a tarot deck. But, I got my name put in the UGH 64. It's actually chilling right here. And, so I did that. As you guys saw, it's somewhere on there. Maybe you guys can see it. Maybe not. It's too blurry. So, anyways, I got that. And then I was like, you know what? I want my own card. So I hit up Will. I'm like, yo, dog, like Lars is hosting this shit. Like, I want in on it. So he told me, like, you know, pick somebody that's like, you know, a rock and roll hero to you. So I was thinking back to the birth of Sid Jones. Who created him? Like, who made this possible? So I put Sid Vicious. Now, the song that I chose, because the name for my card is officially AKA Son of Anarchy. And I did that because of Anarchy in the UK. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody about this last night, and I know I've showed you guys this. It's my senior thesis. God Save the Punk Movement. And I mentioned Anarchy in the UK in this thesis, and as you guys can see, this is second hour from my teacher, Mr. Bentley. I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. Here's the opening page of it. And I've got the Bill Grundy interview and everything else. And this is how the Sex Pistols started the punk movement, not necessarily the first punk band. No, I haven't shown that. Of course I fucking haven't, Inquisitor, because I've slipped my mind on so much. Like, that's how screwy I am with this whole USPS thing. I can't let that go. I got to keep mentioning it and just mentioning it, because that way, hopefully, somebody from USPS is like, oh, I got to check out this feed. Oh, he's pissed. We better fix that shit quick. Like, fucking do it, or else, like, you're fucked. Like, royally, son, you fucked. Glenn Matlock, I talked about him. And the best thing is I can't sing. I can't play an instrument, right? Funny thing is neither could Sid Vicious. Matter of fact, like you guys know, there's a fun fact. I think it was Guitar Hero where they had to turn his bass all the way down because he couldn't play. So he just had that look and that appearance of a punk rocker. So they had him like just basically like strumming away at the guitar and shit like that. I know some people that work for the USPS. Make it happen, Joe. I see where your brain's going. Make that shit happen. Give me some of that info, dog, for real. Yeah, he couldn't play for shit. He couldn't sing. Neither can I. So I was like, who would be like the perfect vision? Who would be the perfect like iconic person for Sid Jones? And I was like, well, it's got to be Sid Vicious. So there was a story, and it made me think of you guys. This story. Now, not you guys, but the things that we all go through, right? You get this story. It's from Texas. I believe it was Texas, where the Sex Pistols were playing during their U.S. tour, and nobody liked them. So they were throwing like full beer cans at him, and Sid Vicious caught one in the mouth and in the nose, and he's fucking bleeding like profusely, just like fucking he's out of it. And they still continued to play, and that's when they earned the respect of the crowd. Kind of poetic, isn't it? What's up, Child's Play? How we doing? But yeah, fucking that's how I came up with that. And I dug the promo. I hope you guys go to my Facebook and check that shit out. I thought it was dope. Yeah, there's a photo of it. So what I did is I took that photo, and then Will told me to take the photo, me in that same pose, and that's what we did. So we made it so that way it was like very similar. And he even threw in, if you guys see this card, it's on my Instagram. You've got the Lars chain, right? But he put a padlock on it. And then you've got the fucking, they made sure they got the Lars tattoo. I mean, like, down to a T, guys. Like, fucking, that's why I'm inviting you guys. Join me on Underground Hustling. Like, fucking, I'm telling you guys right now, like, the work that they do is fucking amazing. Like, I get to be on the same poker deck that Lars is hosting, and I got my tattoo and my chain. It's the shit. And they'll work with you on it. You pick your favorite icon that's not been picked yet. And yeah, so I was like, nobody picked a fucking punk icon for rock and roll for, like, you know, a rock star and shit like that, right? So I was like, fuck yeah, that's gonna be it. So I'm glad you guys dug that shit. I was very excited about it, and I'm excited for that deck to come out. I'm excited for that album. It's gonna be the shit. The promo I thought was good. We did a good promo on that. That should be coming out soon. I know I've private messaged it to some people, and I'm sure that you guys dug it. Like I got some pretty good responses on it, and I'm really hoping that you guys also show some love when that comes out. Maybe share it. Talk to your friends about it. Maybe get somebody on it. You get to pick, like, all the faces were taken, the jokers and shit like that. So I chose the 9 of clubs as my card. And this is a fully functional poker deck too, mind you. So I thought that was dope. So I got the 9 of clubs, Last American Rock Star, Sid Jones, a.k.a. Son of Anarchy. So I thought that was dope. I thought that was a cool play on words. It'll get people who were interested in Sons of Anarchy. Like, it was just good marketing, and Will helped me out with that. Like, I had some other ideas. I was going to go with the Henry Rollins route, and he's like, you got to go Sid Vicious, dog. Like, do it. Go Sid Vicious. Go with your first gut instinct. And I talked to the homie Irate about it, and I was trying to get his idea on and his opinion on it, and turns out we're all on the same page. So I got like the best people like looking out for me. What's up, Sabrina? Whoop whoop. That's cool, ain't it, CPN? God damn, Inquisitor. Like, holy shit. Like, when I'm on, like, this is what I love about Inquisitor. This is why I shout him out. So I noticed that, like, whenever I'm feeling, like, Inquisitor's like the same way. Like, he's like the best man. Like, the day I get married, he's my best man, hands out. I'm flying his ass from the UK to here, or I'm flying my ass out and the wedding's taking place out there. Like, this dude, he's like, no, Sid's pissed. Sid's got all this shit going on. Like, he's right there. So shouts out to you, Inquisitor, for that shit. Damn, son. Fucking, how savage, bro. You like how I did that? Man, like, I tell you what, like, talking to you guys and shit, like, makes me feel a whole lot better. I'm on the UPS hate. USPS, not UPS. UPS seems to be doing all right. It's been a long time since I've gone through them. But fucking that USPS shit, it's all right, says Child's Play. It's all right. Nah, it's fucking amazing, and he just can't admit that. He's busy posting pictures of shows of people standing in front of a stage as soon as doors open and saying that it's a dead show and that how Psy is failing. I'll tell you what. I'm going to come out and say this, because now I'm already on fire. So I'm going to continue with this rage. We never said that Psy is failing. Have you heard the Gorilla Voltage EP yet? I have not. I'm still trying to get my hands on it. I got some people that are out fucking trying to make that shit happen for me. So that's what's up.
Psy isn't failing like as a company or anything like that. There's the way that I see that they're failing is musical talent. Like, I never said the show is dead. You implied it. So, anyways, that's how I see it. Is that Psy lost its talent? I'm sorry, Big Hoodoo, Light, and Ouija. That's the best you can come up with. And occasionally Vanilla Ice when he decides to show up. Come on, guys. Like, really? That's where they're failing, is in the musical talent. Like, there's so much bullshit going on with Psy. There's so much bullshit. But I tell you what, I was reading up on this, and I don't know if this is even true, but I'm told that they're doing a free meet and greet in Denver, Colorado. So, I'm curious. I want to meet these clowns. I want to meet these people. Like, and I don't want a picture with them. None of that. I don't want their autographs. I've got a letter. And I think that there's somebody watching that can actually bring me that letter. And it's sitting on the table. And it's going to get brought to me. And there is something in this letter. I have been holding this in for 7 long years. 7 long years that I've wanted to write this letter. And when my buddy passed away, I'm like, this letter needs to get written in one day. I don't want to say it to them. I want them to have it forever. I don't want anything from them except for them to have this letter. It's easy. It's short. It's a page long. I'm sure they're capable of reading it. And I hope that when they read it, I hope they read it live. And that's one of the reasons why I'm pissed off that Crazy hasn't gotten his package yet. It's because I wrote him a letter. See, I've been on this kick, right? I've been writing people letters, the people I'm doing giveaways for and shit like that, right? So all I got to do is put my words, my emotions onto paper, because that takes time, right? And who inspired me to do that? K-Dabber. Again, I've got artists that have inspired me, which I am trying to then turn around and utilize for all of us as a unit. I've learned a lot from Monoxide Child. I've learned a lot from Jamie. I've learned a lot from Blaze. I've learned a lot from Lars. I've learned a lot from No Fucks Given Radio. Yeah, man, the letter was cool. Dude, I'm glad you liked the fucking letter, homie. Like, that's what I do. It's like, look, listen, I need you to know it's like, here's a package and then fucking all that shit, right? So it's like when somebody gets something from me, like NFGR, they got a letter from me. They got my shit. As a matter of fact, guys, I got an announcement to make. On behalf of NFGR, proudly, by the way, we got this homie Travesty coming up. By the way, it's in my stack of CDs here. I know it's here. Just got to give me a second. Oh, there's my DCG Con ticket right there. We got the Green Man album. There's the Twisted Cryptic collection. Now, where on earth did that Travesty album go? Where is it? I have so many. Is it still out there, maybe? I probably have it out there. Be my guess. I know I've got it. I've got my own copy of it. Now I just can't find the damn thing. Maybe that's the one I mailed out. I've lost track. I've been so caught up on this USPS bullshit, I can't seem to keep track of my own shit. But, yeah. Oh, you know where it's at? I know where it's at. It's in one of my cases out there. That's exactly where it is. Located. Just not here with me right now. I've also got my Underground Hustle in 64 that's out there as well. But, yeah, I get to interview Travesty on NFGR. And I've already talked to Travesty. I says, look, listen, man, I told you I like that mixtape. And I wanted a lot of people to hear it. So I have it, it's going to be cycled through on NFGR. So we're excited about that shit. And, but again, guys, there's more cool shit coming. We still got that May 26th thing. We're going to figure that shit out with Red. Like, we're going to make sure that all that shit's taken care of before May 26th. And I'll send it via UPS this time. Or FedEx. But those t-shirts, there's still a go. I've got a stack also out there. So Monoxide announced on Facebook Live that M&E signed 2 new artists. I wonder, oh my God, why was I not told about this? See, everyone thinks that I'm like riding nuts and shit like that when it comes to Twisted. Oh, you're all over their shit and whatnot. There's some news that slides past me, dude. Like, I've got my shit that I'm doing, but they signed 2 new artists? Is it a duo? Like, oh shit, that's a good speculation piece. Honestly, I've got my fingers crossed that they signed Red. That's my hope. I pray to fuck that they signed Red. I hope they made it fucking official and that his name's in marker. I hope that's the guy they signed. I'm fucking hoping for it. because that dude is going to go far in this business. I guarantee it. And if they do sign him, you can say that I was able to help with that. Why? Because Red's my homie, and I want this dude to fucking succeed. And I tell you what, that he's gonna could be Body Bag Syndicate. Oh shit, it could be, couldn't it? I didn't think about that. Which, by the way, shouts out to Body Bag Syndicate. I want to do this publicly. They put me in a post actually, and they said, "Yo, watch out for that kid at the real Sid Jones." They did this on Instagram when this dude was Sid was flying doing a. And they're like, "Yo, like I don't even fucking crowd surf or anything." That's cool. I even see. God damn, Inquisitor. Jesus, some. Damn, man. Like, dude, you get the Savage Award tonight for sure. Holy shit. I don't know who pissed in fucking Inquisitor's Cheerios, but he's the one that's fucking on fire right now. Like, I thought that I was being slick and clever and sly and angry. Nope, there's just fucking Inquisitor giving him the elbow and shit. Dude, I fucking love you, homie. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Is I'm hoping it's Red. If it is BBS, like, you know what? Shouts out to them. Again, it's always been about music. It'll always stay about music. I stand behind Inquisitor. But yeah, that's where I stand on it. BBS, they okay with me. I have no personal qualms with them whatsoever. I will say this though, BBS. All bullshit aside, I kind of dig their music. I think that they're gonna go far in the business. I think that they're going to do great things. I think they've got their own scene in Denver. So shouts out to BBS. And I can't wait for that Charlie and the Filth Factory. And how dope would it be to have Charlie and the Filth Factory featuring Body Bag Syndicate? Now, I don't know. I know the album's done. Gmo's got the masters. He's got it. Who knows who it is, but damn, I feel they need to focus more on the artists on the roster now. Well, they are. I mean, think about it this way. You got Turncoat Dirty. They got those bundles coming out. We've got Shadow Army coming out from Lex the Hexmaster. We've got the Last American Rockstars who are doing that thing with Fury, and everything else that's in between. Of course they're doing it. I've not heard BBS. I'll have to check them out. They're pretty dope. I dig their music. I just wish that people could remember that, you know, the music is like where it's all important and shit. Like Blazy that homie, he puts out dope music. It's okay, I guess. Boy, you really don't have much to say, do you, boss? But yeah, I'm pretty excited that we're seeing a lot of growth inside of a label that's got all these artists. I think Psychopathic Records could take a few notes on it. That's what I would do. If I was Psychopathic Records, I'd be taking notes. And who's to say that Sid Jones isn't taking note at DCG Con? Could I be? Could that be my reason for going out there? I guess time will tell. But those that know me know Blaze needs a new album already. Did anyone miss the Zodiac misprint, or the Zodiac imprint rather? Well, now I'm in the Hearthstone game right now. Oh, Hearthstone. Cool story. But yeah, the Zodiac imprint with fucking ROC and Blaze. Like, that's gonna be dope. You've got ROC playing May 26th. You've got ROC that's doing all his shit. Like, I'm pretty sure it's all good right now. Ben dead. It's like, I'm not saying they're dead. I'm saying that they need some help is what I'm saying. They could take a few notes. Ouija is so whack. It's hot where CPN is takes the it too for sure. And I'm fucking like, it's 28 minutes on this bitch already, and I'm dying. I could really use some water is what I could use. That person's not watching my live stream right now. I guess they can't hear me because I still haven't received the letter that I'm asking for right here. Man, service is bad. Like from USPS to, I can't get a letter put right on my desk. That's sitting out there. Yo, what's up, Fat Sky? How you doing, homie? Good to see you in here, man. But yeah, I think that they should get some notes. I can do the heat these days, so I wouldn't blame them. You know, I'm actually kind of happy it's this warm out. And by the way, guys, remember last year I told you we had finches, and that's why I had to get cooped up in my office and shit? We have a robin this year, and she's already laid her bright blue eggs and shit. Sid motherfucking Jones, what's up? The homie irate. Dude, now it's a party. We got a rate in the house. Life is alright, just can't carry Psychopathic Records like, Light is alright, just can't carry Psychopathic Records like Twisted and the other artists that bounced. I think that what happened with Psychopathic Records, like, listen to this, right? So I've been listening to this interview with the Insane Clown Posse, And he kept saying, we had this idea. We're going to get Young Wicked to wear like all these cool different shirts. And one of the ones he mentioned was Mo or Curly or one of the two from like the Three Stooges. Could you picture Young Wicked with Curly or fucking Mo on a t-shirt? How's that going to do him any favors? And when you see Young Wicked now, like he looks like a motherfucking rock star. I think that Young Wicked was like, I'm going to go do my thing now. Like, I think that's where he tapped out. He's like, you know what? I'm good. Like, you want to pitch a Three Stooges t-shirt to me that I can go get at Walmart for $9? Fuck you. I'd say the same shit. I'd be like, you want Sid Jones to wear what? Get the fuck out of here. Three Stooges t-shirt. God damn. Like, look at Big Hoodoo. Like, they got this idea. Look at Cold 187. They're like, yo, we're going to change the whole thing completely. You're going to walk around with fake guns and shit. People are going to dig you. You lasted a few months, dog. You lasted a few months. I dig the Ouija CD I got from Sid. It's cool shit. The Ouija single featuring Gorilla Voltage. I know you said you wanted that hard copy. I know you said that. So the creative table at the Psychopathic Records is so cringy. You want to know why? Because Violent J's at the helm of it. That's why. Because you've got this dude who's like, I've got all these great ideas. I have a CEO and a creative team and a merch team for that shit, but I'm the one with these ideas. And I'm sitting there going, you should probably get the people that you pay to do those jobs, do their job. Like, go perform, do your music. We're still waiting on something from FFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFF though. I've got high hopes for that. Right on, brother. I'll have more new stuff coming soon. Much love, homie. Much love to you, dog. I can't wait for that shit. I'm allowed to talk about that, right? Because you posted a picture of it. Am I allowed to remind people? Because I'm going to do it. Irate's got a single coming out with the homie Young Wicked. And I heard that shit. I was smoking it up in Cali. I was sitting there fucking, oh my God, that delicious weed, which Irate can now fucking do it. And he can claim to it, and he can witness it. Like, that's one of the reasons why Sid didn't go live, guys. He couldn't operate his phone at all. Like, I was just in such a deep thought. Wait, hold up. We got James Potts in here. What's up, homie? And I'm just, like, sitting there listening to it, and he's like, are you digging it? I'm like, this is fucking good music. And then he started talking about some shit from that song. Dude, we were fucking blown, like, gone 3 ways to Sunday. Yeah, what strain was that, Irate? Like, there was a bunch of it, though, and I was like, yeah, like, fucking, holy shit. So, you've got the homie Irate with Young Wicked, and I'm listening to this shit, and I'm like, holy shit. So, I'm talking to Irate, he's telling me about all this shit, and I'm like, why are we not doing an interview right now? And he's like, I'm not ready to do one yet. I'm like, all right, fine. But do one, like, before that single comes out, talk about it, have the song play, like, really low, like, on, like, the third layer. I have no idea how music is made, so I'm just going by with how I can gather information. And I'm telling you right now, that when I heard this song, I'm thinking to myself, holy fuck. And then I heard his entrance into the fucking, the Young Wicked competition for, Still I Rise. And I was like, damn, like him and Young Wicked would make a dope fucking duo for like a bunch of fucking work. Like that's like, it's like, it blends so well together. Like I'm very much all for that. As a matter of fact, I was digging that. Now you guys know that I love Gorilla Voltage, but hearing Irate with Gorilla Voltage, like it was good. It was good. But hearing Irate and Young Wicked was mind blowing. Like it was like, damn, it just fucking mended so well together. And the artwork is fire. I fucking dig it. New AMB gonna be dope. 3 best albums of the year. He's gonna be top 3 albums of the year. I have a feeling that Muertes is gonna do a damn good job. And I'm telling you guys right now, after Muertes drops, y'all are gonna see some shit. Like I'm telling you guys right now, this year, MNE, Magic Ninja Entertainment, from Lars to Gorilla Voltage to Twisted to everybody is going to blow up like overnight. You're going to see some shit at Astro. You're going to see a lot of cool shit coming out just this summer. Hey, dude, thank you for letting me listen to that shit. Like, he sent it to me and he's like, don't let anyone hear this, all right? Like, don't put this on your channel. I'm like, yo, dog, I got you. And he fucking trusted me with that shit. Like, yeah, like, going out there was cool. But hanging out with Irate was the shit. Like, that made that, like, it amplified it to, like, the next level. And it was my first VIP experience. I Ray hooked it up. I still get the jersey chilling right there. I'm fucking excited about everything, guys. And I mentioned this already. We were the first ones to announce it, so I'm going to say it again. Fright Fest. Sid Jones and I Ray. 33 Kais, what's up, homie? Yo, I'm glad you got your package too, dude. Like, for sure. Waiting for the new Gorilla Voltage album, though. Hopefully they release it this year. I have a feeling that if they're going to release the Gorilla Voltage album, it's going to be about maybe early fall is my guess, because I know there's some cool shit coming out, guys. Like I told you, I got some idea of what's happening. We got Attack of the Weirdos 2 with Bizarre coming out, and we've got the Anakin mixtape coming from King Gordy. So we got solo projects coming out this year. Like, that's been confirmed. I can't fucking wait. You guys should have come to Seattle. I smoked so many doobies. Dude, I want to hit Seattle. But the goal is to be coast to coast by the end of the summer. I said that, and I have the opportunity to do that. What I want to do is do a Midwest. I want to go to Ohio, and then over to Seattle, and then down to Vegas, and then over to Florida and back up again. That's what I want to do for 2019. I also want to do an international thing. That'd be dope as fuck. Dude, and Joe Wiggles got fucking... I was talking to Gmo Ski, by the way, when we were at the after party. And I was like, dude, how was that shit that Real Joe Wiggles had? He goes, dude, it got up in Seattle. I'm like, yeah. He goes, that shit was insane. So he dug it. I'm down for Seattle. Irate's down for fucking everywhere now. He went on the road with Sid Jones, and it was fucking crack. Because I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, like, what I go and do is insane. And I still owe you a Monster Hydro, homie. Because I told you I'd get you one, and we got so fried and fucking catching the plane the next day and shit like that. Like, it was all sorts of fucked up. But I still owe you a Hydro. So you better come out and call me out on that shit. So yeah, Gmo fucking, he dug the weed that Joe Wiggles had. Like I said, guys, while we're over here partying and shit, you've got the other side, their arms crossed. I don't fuck with that music. I am offended that they didn't hold hands with me and go for a stroll in the park. I am offended that all this bullshit. Meanwhile, you've got MNE who's like, whatever, we're going to succeed and make fucking money. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to fucking do it the right way. We're going to do Fam Appreciation Month. We're going to throw in free t-shirts with orders. We're going to throw in mystery CDs. Guys, I have the Valentine's Day, and it's the best love album I have ever heard in my life. And I love the Cryptic Collection. Like, what I love about the Cryptic Collection is it's a mixtape with, like, there's cover songs and shit like that. And my favorite was one point, Volume 2, I believe, where it had the song I Don't Care, which I still laughed about. And I actually did a project on that song. So that's the shit. How dare they make money while CB... Shit. God. Damn. Damn. Just damn, dude. Fuck me dead. That's hilarious. But that's the thing. Like, they're a business. Of course they want to make money. But they're like, yo, how do we let the fans know that we still love them? Dude, Fam Appreciation Month. How about this? $135 VIP. How about this? $25 tickets. How about this? A $5 EP. How about this? Make it so that way it's affordable for them to where they're not having to fucking jump through hoops and shit like that. As a matter of fact, that's like the best way. What are you even talking about? Talking about Magic Ninja Entertainment, the Fam Appreciation Month, all the dope shit coming out of MNE. You know, shit that you're not aware of, which is fine. You've put me in charge of being the guy to do the MNE news. I'm doing my job. Except for the fact that I had no idea they were signing 2 new artists. So that's dope. I'm excited. Like, the more the better. Because here's the thing. You've got people who are going to be like, yo, I don't fuck with Gmo so much, but Gorilla Voltage. And you're going to have some people be like, yo, Gorilla Voltage, they're okay. But, dude, how about that fucking Muertes album? Like, all this shit. You've got, dude, Boondocks, my favorite. Like, look at all these different people who are like, yo, you've got all of this. You've got variety, which is one of the key things that Steve and I, my homie, my best friend in the world, before he passed away, he said what they need is variety on Psychopathic Records. What he said to me was, dude, they need to put somebody like Avenged Sevenfold, have like a rock band on Psychopathic Records. He wanted that so damn bad. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if they'd fit on it. He goes, I think it'd be dope. I think it'd get them the attention. I think it would get them a little bit of like that mainstream bit, which they have earned. And he was rooting for it. I was like, you know what? I think I'd be down with that. Seeing Avenged Sevenfold with a Hatchet Man though, it's gonna take a little getting used to. And he's like, but that's how you constantly keep moving. And I'm like, fair point. And what's Magic Ninja Entertainment doing? They're doing just that. Hey guys, let's get some like that metal hip hop thing with Gorilla Voltage. Hey, let's get that old school A&B going. Hey, let's get Boondocks on this bitch. We get that little bit of Southern comfort. Let's get Blazy that homie so he can do Zodiac Imprint with the ROC, and they can do their tracks and shit. And then what we'll do is we're gonna release the most badass album, Year of the Sword. And here's what kills me about Year of the Sword, right? They were able to do a Year of the Sword. Anyone seen a Psychopathic Records from Outer Space, whatever the fuck that was called? Anyone seen any collection like that from Psy? At all? Minus ciphers? No, me neither. And there's a reason for that, because they don't have the oomph. They don't have the gall. They don't have the numbers. They don't have the variety. Now, talent is up to the discretion of the listener to decide if it's talent or not. Me, I'm not impressed. And when Big Hoodoo came on the scene, when Cole 187 came on the scene, like I'm kind of thinking, what the fuck am I listening to right now? Big Hoodoo? Like I watched the music video, I listened to it, and I was like, this is garbage. I tried it again the next day, realizing this is the new talent, and I feared for it then. They're lazy when it comes to writing music. I think what it is they think that this is still like gimmicky, and that's what I love about Magic Ninja Entertainment is like ROC, Gorilla Voltage, like it's not even all that gimmicky. Like it's pure fucking talent and it's variety. So when you've got Axe Murder Boys, Last American Rock Stars, Gorilla Voltage, Twisted doing a free show at Twistmas, and you've got a dope ass lineup with a bunch of different artists. Like look at Lars. What did I tell you guys about Lars? I was fucking right on that shit, wasn't I? Did you guys listen to that song California yet, like I told you to? Motherfuckers, I told you to check out that album. I told you it'd be the shit. I heard Savage Life, saw the logo, and I'm like, this is something I need to be a part of. Not something like, this is going to be promising. No. I need to be a part of this. That's how damn good it is. And it's dope. Problem is, there's some people that I feel like would enjoy it that they're not going to. Period. So, when I've got my Year of the Sword album and Child's Play Ninja, I got something very special coming for you, homie. I got something very special coming from you. I'm making sure, damn sure, that you get a little giveaway package from Sid Jones to you. You'll get your water bottle. It's going to say Twizzler Tears on it. And guess what? I'm personally going to sign that shit. You're going to get a copy of the Last American Rock Stars album. I'm going to urge you to listen to it. Do a review on it or not, I don't care. But you listen to that album from start to finish, and you tell me it's not dope. And if you tell me no, I'll call you a liar. However, there's going to be a few songs on there that you're going to love. I guarantee it. California is the shit. I know you guys have listened to Lit. It's going to be a fucking good year for us. We've got the Anakin. We've got the fucking, the Attack of the Weirdos 2 coming from Lars. So we're not even getting a full-length Lars album. We're getting to see like the best that Bizarre has to offer and the best of Gordy, which is what people were wanting in the first place. So like, they need to do solo projects. Okay, you got it. Like, they listen. Like, that's what I love about Magic Ninja Entertainment. They're online and they go, they want a Gordy album. On its way, dog. Cool. And it goes from there. It perpetuates and it grows. And it's constantly evolving and changing. Like, yo, they want another A&B album. Working on Muertes right now. Dope. Like, hey, guys, they're waiting for Charlie and the Filth Factory from last year. Be patient. It's on its way. Like, first I need to drop this 8-bit filth. Fuck what you think and fuck what you heard. That shit was dope. And I was like, thank you, Gmo. You guys saw that video. It was dope, right? Like, I wanted to be a part of UGH64. Thing is, I'm not familiar with anime and video games and things like that. So what I am familiar with is Gmo Ski and a lot of the artists that are on this album. So I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of it. I want my name in on it because Gmo's my boy. You know what else I want? I want to be a part of the Last American Rock Stars fucking legacy. That's what I want. And UGH65 helped me do just that. And that's why I'm inviting you guys to do the same thing. You guys can contact Will yourself. You guys can go through the fucking... There's so many different shout-out videos. You've got King Gordy's. You go down in the description, click on those links. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's worth it to at least give it a shot, see what you come up with. Your favorite, and to the ladies that are like, who would I be? You could be fucking Blondie. You could be fucking Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. You could be the original, like whoever you want. You know, you've got so many different options when it comes to female rock stars. You could be Madonna if you wanted to. She was technically a rock star for the time, right? I think. Maybe she still is. I don't know. I just know she did the theme song for James Bond, and that counts. So, any female rock star you can think of, make it happen. You got Suey and the Banshees. You've got all these different artists that you could do from even the punk scene, where a lot of the female artists really came to light, really came into their own. So when women are like, I don't want to be Lemmy. Well, don't be Lemmy. Find like, there's so many different ones, and that's one of the reasons why I do my channel the way that I do. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do, is to try and give people that bit of information so they can be a part of something. That's all MNE wants, is for you to be a part of it. That's it. That's all they want. They're like, yo, we want you to feel like you're one of us. Why do you think they have so many street teams? From here to Germany, to Australia, to England, to here in Michigan, to California, to Canada. They've got street teams all over the place. Why? Because that's what they do. They're like, yo, let's all do this together. Let's all branch out. Yo, you know what we should do? We should do Astronomicon, and we have celebrities come up. You know who we'll get? We'll get the dude from Sons of Anarchy. You know who we'll get? We'll get Tony Moran. You know who else we'll get? We'll get Booker T. We're going to get ABK up in this bitch. We're going to get music over right here, and we're going to get actors, wrestlers, champions over on this side. That's what we're going to do. Why? So more people can check it out and shit, and we can meet these new people. To be honest, Lars don't really have a big fan base. A lot of people can care less about them. I ain't hating on them, but they ain't a big attraction compared to the other dope-ass artists. With that being said, though, and I've said why that is, and that's because they are in fact the last of a dying breed. Second thing I like about Lars is they are completely different. And even in the description, when you click on the album, you get to see the track list on twistedshop.com. Make sure you go into that website, by the way, checking out some of the new gear that they've got. You know, a little bit of, promotion there. You go down and it'll tell you it's completely different from their mixtape. And that's why it's like people don't know how to respond to it. It's not horrorcore. It's not violent. It's not heavy metal. It's like that old school hip hop. It's like when I listened to for the new album all the way through, I was kind of like, oh, it's good. I don't know how to. So I'm listening to it again and I'm like, fuck yeah. And I listened to it a third time and I'm like, yo, homie, what do you think of this E? He'd pop it in. It's actually pretty fucking good. Like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's just so different than what I was expecting. You had some of the best tracks coming out on that mixtape. I'm a Celebrity, still my top favorite on that album. That one and the Last American Rockstar self-titled track, which I thought was interesting that it wasn't on the self-titled album. But it's a good way to kill two birds with one stone, and again, make more room for that. Also, when you look at the Last American Rockstars, they've got that mainstream feel to them and that underground feel as well. So people have no idea how to take to it. The best part is they do it their way. And the best part is that them having a small fan base, they're able to grow more. There's more potential there because they don't have a fan base for other people to have a bad association with. I'm not saying any names or any group of people. I'm just simply saying that their fan base doesn't have any association whatsoever with something like that. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. And I'm telling you right now, and I will tell you this for a fact, Bizarre, King Gordy, and Fury all love the Juggalos. They're I can definitely tell that they're not, by the fact people don't know how to respond to them. Even Gordy's like, yo, it's because we're signed to MNE. People don't want to listen to us, and that's fine. We're doing just, you look at everything else that they're succeeding at. You've got Juggalos now that when I've talked to them, they've got show from the 420 show. Bought in a CD. He was like, I couldn't get the. Ray hooked him up with it. Right? And Ray beat me to it. Yeah. So that is what we're doing. We're trying to let people know. That's why there's a large street team. So it'd be like, yo, you like that old school hip hop shit? Hell yeah. You like Bizarre from D12? Hell yeah. You thought that fight music was the shit? Hell yeah. Check out this album. Guarantee it. I've had people check it out on iTunes. I've had people check it out on Spotify, which if you want to do it that way, there's Spotify. Go listen to it. Like, it's free. Spotify's free. check it out on the Last American Rock Stars and the Magic Ninja Entertainment on all these different things. Just listen to it for free, cost you nothing. It shouldn't even be about juggalos anymore. That shit is so kiddish. It's about the music, period. I agree with that. I agree with that. Hashtag fight music, the Underground Unity remix. I'm so excited for that shit. I can't wait for that shit. And yo, my bad. I forgot to shout out the motherfucker that's assembling that for us. Shouts out to Brooklyn Menace, homie. I will be in touch with Tales of the Lotus podcast, and I'll make sure that I keep my end of the deal. Promise you. So here's the thing when it comes to juggalos, though. They are people too. Let's go with that. Let's go the easy route with that. Juggalos are people too, right? And I believe that they have their own opinions and shit like that. They're entitled to them. More so that the juggalos are a huge staple to Magic Ninja Entertainment, including Gmo Ski, who has also showed love to juggalos. The problem is you've got juggalos that fuck it up for people. And I don't even mean like artists and juggalos and in our community, or the people that are juggalos that turn into killers and shit like that. There's a grocery list of them as well. But what it is when you've got people that see the Hatchet Man and they go, oh, I can't. Like people driving down the street, oh, there's another fucking Hatchet Man sticker. Like, that's the problem with it. As much as the juggalos have done this, like they've not been punk rockers, for instance, right? Back in the day, like we were that bad. Like we had that juggalo reputation of like, you'd see a studded fist, you'd be like, and that's how it is with subcultures and countercultures. You're going to have that shit. Problem is a juggalo did something fucked up. A juggalo was wearing something goofy. Somebody had to, what the fuck, you're not calling yourself a juggalo anymore, Sid? You talking about us like we're separate? Look, I have the Hatchet Man on my arm. I am speaking in the terms of somebody who is on the outside looking in, because I have been that person. We all know I've been that person. Gotta get back to work. Much love, everyone. Have a good one. We'll talk soon, Irate. We'll talk soon. But anyways, no, it goes like this, right? You've got, look at me, for instance. People see me and they go, fuck that guy and whatever music he listens to. I'm not the only one, though, am I? You have met somebody. I know it. And I don't even mean like juggalo-wise, counterculture-wise, or whatever. You've seen somebody wearing an AC/DC t-shirt, right? Now when you see that AC/DC t-shirt on somebody like that, or you have it in your closet, you're like, I can't wear it because I met this one guy. And I tell you what, same thing with the Johnny Cash t-shirt. My homie Cody, he was up in Flint, Michigan, and this dude walked up to him wearing this Johnny Cash t-shirt, and he said, and since that incident, since this guy did the shit that he did and all that, like, I can't stand Johnny Cash t-shirts now. Like, I just can't even do it. It's the same damn thing. It's not even about music or whatever. It's about that individual and then that association with it. First impressions, right? And that's how that, I feel like, turned around for the juggalos to have a bad reputation, is because there was a majority of them in whatever area they were in have decided that this is what's going to happen, this is what they're going to do, and other people reacted negatively to it. Whether it was deserved or not, I will not make that judgment call. I am simply making an observation, as I have done since the very beginning. I love sociology, I love psychology, I love reading, I love writing, I love all that shit. Didn't Gordy say he doesn't listen to rap, he listens to rock music? He listens to rap. They actually did this huge interview on like all the hip hop artists from Detroit. Like they were talking about like the top 5 from Detroit, and they even said that they wouldn't put Eminem on that list because he's beyond Detroit. Now he's everywhere. He's in fucking Afghanistan, he's in Iraq, he's in Iran, he's in Yemen, he's in all these different places. So you can't even really say like he's like, because it would be 1, the obvious choice, and 2, it didn't count. So that was a hard question for them both to answer. They've also said that the Insane Clown Posse should be on the list of some of the best fucking artists. He's got love for Violent J. He's got love for Shaggy Tudo. And good on him. That's his opinion, more than entitled to it. However, those that say, if you say fuck us, kill us, and you've got King Gordon here like, I fuck with you guys. Like, look at the statement that Child's Play Ninja once made, where he said, you know, man, this whole boycott on MNE, like, Blaze hurt the most. Really? Blaze hurt the most of the whole thing because you loved him and shit like that. Not to mention, he had no idea he was getting off the label until he was announced. Do you guys remember that story? Because I do, because I tried covering it as soon as I heard about it many years ago. So what I think that is interesting, it's like you can still support those artists. That's been my mantra. And I think Sabrina's right in a sense that the fans have caused more of this harm than anything. The artists don't give a fuck. They're doing their own shit. Whether right or wrong, it don't matter. I'm simply telling you that the fans are causing this jagged ridge. And I'm telling you right now that the Juggalos, us as a whole, have been a huge epicenter. There have been so many people that have seen my Hatchet Man on my arm. My girl says, if I'd have seen that Hatchet Man on your arm, I probably would have never even spoken to you. Ouch. Ouch. Fucking ouch. Like, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Somebody who gives no fucks about the movement, listened to the music back in high school, dug some of the music, now says something like that. Somebody did something fucked up wearing a Hatchet Man. No different. It happens with Johnny Cash t-shirts. It happens with AC/DC t-shirts. It happens with Hatchet Men and shit like that. And now you've got people that are trying to paint the same picture for Magic Ninja Entertainment, which I think is sad because of all the effort they got to go through to do that shit. And I'm saying that from my heart, that they got to try so hard. They got to say Magic Ninja's failing. They got to say that Magic Ninja Entertainment's going to foreclose. They got to say all this shit. Just so that way when they see the MNE logo, they think low quality, they think poor, they think no money, they think no promises. Meanwhile, they've got an entire army. They've got Switzerland. They've got their street teams and everybody else who is doing everything they can to promote these artists as us being the PR people and saying this is a lie, a blatant lie. And you guys will see a lot of, well, he said this on a live stream and it's 15 seconds. 15 seconds that something was taken, one, out of context, and two, missed the part. That's what y'all have been saying, not us. Really? Really? So the whole boycotting Blaze because, you know, it's Magic Ninja Entertainment, they wouldn't hold hands with me walking down the street is one thing, right? But when these artists on M&E have constantly come out and said, we miss Lotus, we love the Juggalos, King Gordy, Bizarre, Monoxide Child, every motherfucker that I know on that label has said they got nothing but mad love for the Juggalos, including G-Moski. And still it's not enough. No. The boycott continues. The ruining of the M&E reputation and shit like that. It's not what we're saying, it's what you guys are doing on that side of the fence. And it's the constant blatant throwing rocks. And I'll tell you what, throw your rocks. Whatever. But I'm telling you this right now. This has always been about the music. If FFF is dope, if it's a badass album, best believe it'll be with my collection of CDs here. Best believe it'll be on my laptop where I've got all the 6 Joker cards, where I bump Tech 9, where I bump all these artists from the sick fucks to everybody. Why? Because I love the motherfucking music. And if the music is garbage, I'm not going to touch it. Period. Juggalo theme is played out. Even Tech 9 is doing his own thing. The Juggalos are stuck in the 90s. Move on. Actions speak louder than words. See, this is where I got into an argument about activism. And I have a feeling like, you know, these vegans, they're holding up these laptops and they're showing all this cruelty and they're holding up a sign called truth, right? That's actions, right? That's action. I feel like that's the kind of route that they want. What they want is like a physical plea of like knelt down at the mercy of somebody online and be like, I am superior. You will apologize to me. Not just with words, but with your actions. Fuck off. What up, Captain Flannel? Holy shit. Good to see you guys in here. God damn, we got 12 people in this motherfucker. I'm excited about this shit. I'm saying this right now. This is how it goes. You've got these people with their different mindsets. You've got people with egos. You've got people, and in the music industry, there's a lot of that. Why? Because that shit was earned. They earned that ego. And it's not even just me that's acknowledged that. It's several other people that have said, you know what? They earned that ego. Have I earned that ego? Yeah, maybe. Here's the deal. When you put in that kind of effort, when you've put in that kind of time, you've put out that many albums, you've earned that right. Now when you've got all these artists with egos of their own, They want to go and they want to go and do something else, which is not what caused this whole rift. But let me tell you something. It stirred things up, didn't it? And it left their competitor, they're now a competitor. I wouldn't even say they're mortal enemies. They're now a competing label, right? But you've got competitive labels that still work together. And you've still got people like Tech9 who still has love for Juggalos, because Juggalos have done the same thing that punks have had, that metalheads have had, that all these different, that the hippies have had. They've had their own culture. Gathering of the Juggalos, the March in DC. They've done all the same shit that the hippies have done, that the punks have done, that all these other countercultures have done, these subcultures have done. They've done it all the same way, different dance. And when you see it in that perspective, you start to realize that the Juggalos still have an opinion. They are still individuals and still people. The problem is not just the association that they've got, that people have with them, but you've also got the politics that came with the music, which never existed until this came along. When Ice-T left Body Count, did anybody say boo? No. When the Dropkick Murphys left Hellcat, did anybody say shit? Dropkick Murphys were on Hellcat? Wait, they left Hellcat? Like, there was none of that bullshit. It was all about music. It was about the Murphys putting out music, Rancid putting out music. And now all of a sudden, in the hip-hop realm, like, does anybody give a fuck that Eminem went and started his own label and broke away from whatever label, did his own thing and whatever? What about Tech9, who switched labels? In the song, Motherfucker, I'm a Player, it talked about the history of Tech9, Aaron Yates, and it talked about all that shit. Like, he left this label, went did his thing, and now he's known as Tech9. And now, Strange Music comes along. You dumbasses are like a broken record. We're like a broken record. We're like a broken record. Fuck Magic Ninja. Fuck these artists. Fuck these guys. I want my apology. I'm going to find some sort of shit on a 15-second clip that I'm able to use to call Monoxide out and ramble on about Madrox for an hour and a half. And I sound like a broken record player? Got it. Okay. So with that ideology, do we not, like, that the message that we're trying to push is music, right? And I've been saying that time and time again. And you've got all these other people that are doing the same song and dance. That's all I'm saying. I believe that the last time I covered this, the last time I mentioned this was last year. And you saying us as a collective, it has literally been explained to y'all a million times. No one is mad at Twisted Left Side. No. Again, you took that little bit of information and you missed the part where I said that it caused a rift and it shook things up a bit. But you end up growing and moving beyond where you want to be at, and you start your own thing. That is what I said. And people think it's so quick to say that's not why. I said why, and I'm going to say it again so everybody can hear me. They refuse to hold hands with me and take a stroll in a park. That's why people are mad, because they refuse to hold my hand while we held signs like activists. That's it. That's all I can say on that. And you want to know something? Every human being has the decision to make on whether they want to do something. I'm not going to go and hold up a laptop with animals getting slaughtered on it. Does that make me an asshole? Probably. But the point is, I've chose not to do that. Are you guys going to boycott me for not holding up a laptop wearing an anonymous sign with the sign truth over me? Nope, I don't think so. And if you do, probably vegan, and you have your own what? What is it you have your own on? Oh, you have your own ulterior motives. You have your own passions. You have your own beliefs. Holy shit, you're an individual and a human being. Oh, I'm sorry. That must have gotten lost somewhere along the way, where people have lost the ability to decide for themselves. Because what people do is they hold their limitations to themselves, where it's like, I love Blaze. I love Blaze. He's at homie. It hurts me so much. This whole beef, it hurts me so much. And this was the part that really affected me. And now I'm going to go talk shit about the fact that nobody goes to an MNE show. Oh, wait, Blaze was on that one. Now I've kind of contradicted myself. And you couldn't be like, yo, I want to check out the new Blaze album and buy it. The earth isn't going to end. Volcanoes will not explode. I understand it's your decision. I get that shit. However, it's like, we are not doing this shit, but you say one thing and do another. Like, I got love for Blaze. This hurts me so much. And I'm going to talk shit on his show. What the fuck? Like, I'm not understanding the whatever. But when it comes to music, like with me, What's up, Tim G Star Mills Tech? I'm working on one for you, dog. That's a really long name you got there going on. So when you've got and dog in a march that they once supported until they weren't getting paid, therefore Twisted will not support you. They only want the money. But we went over how that's not true. That you've got the concerts, you've got the $5 EPs. They're making things that are affordable. They're making things with good quality. They're doing things like Fan Appreciation Month. They got nothing but love for us and love for the Juggalos. They made a decision to not hold hands in Washington, D.C. Period. Like, I'm sorry. Guys, I want to go march at the fucking USPS Postal Service. And if you don't join me, then fuck y'all, and I'm gonna protest your shit. That sounds pretty fucking ridiculous, does it not? When you really put it to that, where it's like, this is a very small, minute, what's wrong with making money? There's nothing wrong with making money. We're a capitalistic world now. We have globalization. Like, if you're not making money, you're gonna struggle. Like, that's just how it works. And they're like, we want to make money this way. Go for it, dude. You started your own company, entrepreneurs, doing your own shows, booking your own shit, making it so that way others can open up for you so they can get a little bit of that shine, a little bit of that exposure, and build their own fan base so that one day they will build their own record label. Good on you guys. Fucking bravo. But nobody sees it from that perspective. They're like, it wasn't until they didn't get paid. Or maybe they had a change of heart. Or maybe Violent J kept George on the phone all night and they're like, yo, fuck that shit. Which, by the way, Violent J did say in his little spectacular interview on Fago Lovers. Shouts out to Scotty D, by the way. Much love, homie. And I digress from there. Like, so you're telling me that because I want to go and do something and y'all don't follow me, that I should say fuck y'all? No. Like, no. And if I wasn't going to go to some place for my On the Road with Sid Jones, would y'all say fuck me, kill me? No. Why not show support and get your fans back? Why not do it? Why not match support on your fans? They fucked up by not going business moves and not a supportive move. What they did is they made a personal decision. They did not want to take place in that activism, and they didn't want to be in that spotlight. That's it. I mean, that's the best that I can think of it as. They said, march, go and do it. We're happy that you're doing it. We're more than happy for you. You've got 2 individuals versus the thousands. Is that going to make any bit of difference? That would be like saying, man, Mike Tyson wasn't at the Occupy movement. We had Michael Moore and we had all these other celebrities, but we didn't have Mike Tyson. We needed Mike Tyson, damn it, because there's people that were in Occupy that were fans of boxing. What the fuck, man? It's funny because I'm thinking ICP is not in support of hate and violence amongst juggalos, regardless of what music they listen to. Because I'm thinking ICP is not in support of hate and violence amongst juggalos, regardless of what music they listen to. I don't think that ICP is involved in hate in any sort of way. I don't think that MNE is either. I think they both want to do their own thing, be individuals, and make their own opinions, make their own judgment calls. That's it. They didn't say go march. If you want, they said marches was dumb and the FBI label was fake. No, they didn't. As a matter of fact, what he said is that in their opinion, they did not want to do it, but implored others to do so. They said, know what you're marching for, with whichever you decide you want to march for, you go and do. That's what I'm saying. And that's what Twisted wants to do. And then they have that. And the other thing that I want to point out that I think that people are really getting lost about, that people are forgetting, is the march is now just a few months shy of being a year ago. Like, at some point, something's got to give. Because if I'm going to be 90 and I'm holding a grudge and I'm saying to myself, you know what? I'm still pissed off at that person in the 2nd grade for not holding my hand during the Halloween parade. Same damn concept. At some point, something's got to give. If somebody wants to hold a grudge, more than welcome to it. But I'm just telling you how others will perceive it, much like how others perceive those with a hatchet man on their car, with a hatchet man on their arm, with a hatchet man on their t-shirt. There's still that negative connotation, and there's still that negative association, because we, as human beings, have that ability to detect threat and to detect some form of danger. And we, as human beings, some of us are easily embarrassed by some shit. Like, there's some shit that I've seen at shows where I'm like, I feel bad for that human being, and why am I standing right here near them? I'm going that away. Juggalo or not, metalhead or not, it's what that one individual is doing. And I always try, because I fight with it too, and I always try to be like, you know what? It's cool. It's all right. Because we all have that. We've got that song. You want to talk guilty music, guilty listening, whatever. We've all got that song. That one song that when we listen to it, we think of an ex. We think of a time that we're getting laid in the backseat of a car. And we don't want to think about that shit because now we're in a current relationship or whatever. And that's always going to be there. I get that. That's fine. I completely understand that point. However, what I'm saying is the trick is to come up with some sort of way to cope with it. Coping skills are key. And what you do is you move on. Because if you're stuck in the past, you can't move forward. Like if you're constantly looking back and you're walking, that means you're walking backwards, you're going to get hit by a car. Like I almost got hit by a car. You're going to see all this shit that's coming to fruition. If you were just like, yo, whatever, I'm going to check out this album. I will put cash down and I will buy it. But here's what you're going to run into. And you find this a lot. Not just in this community, but in other communities as well. People pop in the CD. They get their headphones on like, oh shit, I think you dissed that person. Oh shit, was that a sneak diss? Oh my God, was that what that was? Like that blows my mind that people think like that. I can't tell you how many messages, how many calls I got. Yo, man, they was sneak dissing us on Year of the Sword. What crack were you smoking, homie? Like what drugs were you on to think that? You want to know why? Because I don't think in terms like that. I don't think in terms like that at all. I don't ever listen to something like, oh, dude, that was rough, man. Like that little bit of a sly diss and anything like that. No, it's dope music. It's good as fuck. I could listen to the Green Man from Tourette, which I've got right here. That one I do have. I'm gonna try and find that one album too from Travesty. It's sitting around here. Oh, you know what? Is it in here? No, it's not. That's Mayor of the Sword. But you listen to this album, right? It's probably one of my favorites. It's a good storytelling album. And yeah, I think McFly was probably one of my favorites. But when you think about this album, I could probably find like a sneak diss or whatever. Instead, what I found was a deeper message. And like the Green Man, you'd think he's talking about weed. What if I told you he was talking about Father Nature? What if I told you he was talking about like how nature and storms and shit like that resemble to us and shit like that and how it's the Green Man? You could take this album and interpret it any way you want. And that's what's important about this album. Let me read this comment from Captain Flannel right quick. But why support it, then just flip-flop and be against it? Okay. They were not always against the march, but then just flip and said it all stupid, useless, and not real. Mono called it a publicity stunt. Well, I'll tell you why. Because I have decided one night that I wanted a bacon cheeseburger. I love bacon cheeseburgers, and I decided I wanted one. I loved it, and I thought it was a great idea, right? But then somebody said, you know what, I'm going to offer you this instead. Would you like this, or would you like the bacon cheeseburger? Now, I'll take what you're offering me, because I've never tried that before, never had that before, whatever. Human beings, they change their minds. Like, you're saying that them not doing this was a political statement. I'm telling you, as individuals, something came up, and whatever. Because if you say it's about the money, look at Twistmas, free concert. Look at other shows where it's like 20, 25, maybe 30 bucks, 135 VIP. So you say these shows are cheap because there's nobody showing up, but then you're saying they're broke. Like, you got to kind of pick one at that point. Like, that's what makes no sense to me. And the more that I listen to, like, but why didn't they? And you look at all this other shit, right? And everything that goes along with it, with this march. I'm telling you right now, something's got to give. And at some point, these same people that are saying fuck MNE, fuck Twisted, are saying I miss Lotus. Well, if you miss Lotus and you kind of want that bridge to be mended, stop talking shit about MNE. It's like fucking give the music a chance at the very least. And I guess like do something differently. Like you can't say I miss Lotus. Fuck Twisted, I fucking hate him, but god damn it, I miss Lotus. You're curling up in a ball and you're crying in a corner at 2 a.m. listening to Freak Show, and you're like, I miss these days. I miss these days. And you can't have that concept in it and be like, man, fuck Twisted. I get it. You have an ex-girlfriend. You have an ex-boyfriend. They broke your heart and you're like, fuck them. And then part of you still misses them. I get that shit. And at some point you move on or it affects your current relationship. Just saying. I don't care what any of them do with their spare time. If the music is good, I'm buying it. Thank you, 3-3 Kais. That's what we're saying. And that's our motives on here. We've got three things. Fuck USPS. Fuck what you think. MNE's the shit. High hopes for FFF. And we go on from there. I am going to Denver, Colorado. DCG Con. Got my ticket that I paid for. Right here. We're doing this. I'm going to a Psy event. I will see how dope it is. Maybe I'll take little clever pictures of like an empty hallway with like one person walking down and be like, oh man, DCG, man, lit as fuck. Maybe I'll do some of that shit. Y'all probably wouldn't like that very much, would you? No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, you fucking liar. Ah, see, I'm willing to step on your side of the fence. I'm willing to go over and do that shit. As much as I've got grief and a list of grievances with fucking psychopathic records, I decided that I was going to be the what? The better man for it. That's what I decided. That I was going to be the better person. I was like, you know what? Maybe if I do this, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be fucking weird. But I'm gonna do it. Because I haven't stepped foot in a psychopathic event since the Mighty Death Pop tour. I have not seen Violent J or Shaggy 2 Dope since then, which was 2012, 13, 14, something around there, I think. Hashtag Underground Unity. I'm for that cause, man. I am for that cause. And like I said, we're doing it. We're fucking doing it. And I want to give a huge fucking shout out once again to the Homie Brooklyn Menace for hooking that shit up. And I will get on Tales of the Lotus podcast. I'll keep my end of the deal with him. And it's going to be the shit.
Brown or white rice?
What are we having again?
Grilled veggies.
White rice. White rice is good with that shit. Look, fuck the underground. Okay, so hashtag fuck the underground. Here's the thing. When people say fuck the underground, you got to remember the underground is absolutely necessary. Because I've explained this when I was high as a motherfucker to our rates. I'm going to say it to all y'all before I'm about ready to go eat some fucking good food. Okay? It goes like this. The underground is necessary. The mainstream will always be there. The underground, when you've got dubstep, it was once underground and then it flourished into the mainstream, right? And it died out quick. And then the underground, it grows and grows and grows. So you've got a lot of artists that start in the underground. Was Eminem in the underground at one point? Wasn't he an underground artist? I believe he was. I believe the Slim Shady EP was actually evident of that. And then he rose to power overnight. The Insane Clown Posse rose overnight over Great Malenko. They started underground. How many CDs did they sell? 17 of their first album, and look at them now. They started in the underground, and now they're gone mainstream. Look at Twisted. They went into the mainstream. They've gotten that attention. They've been a part of it. And they started where? At the very bottom. It was produced by Dre and sold over 10 million. But, okay, so the Slim Shady EP, probably a bad example. What was the other one that he did prior to that? He was doing rap battles and shit like that. He was doing shit with ICP. When none of them were really discovered. They were fucking with Twisted. Shady was fucking with Twisted. They were all kind of doing their thing in the Detroit scene. The underground, it's like a cyclone. It spins up, right? And eventually it makes it to the top of it. And along the way, there's some fish that get thrown out of the cyclone, right? They just don't fucking make it there. Out. But you've got some that rise up. Because in the music industry, it's about promotion, it's about success, it's about a fan base, it's about dope fucking music. Because if the music is good and people like it, they're gonna buy it. Period. So the underground is there to reinvent, is there to be an evolution. They may be trying to go mainstream, but they're not mainstream. Most mainstream fans have no clue who Twisted is. Fair enough. However, they're trying to do that. And they're getting, as I said, starting to get the mainstream light, is what I had said. Shady EP and Shady LP, 2 different albums. Thank you. I'm not very familiar with Eminem's older work. As far as what was great, what wasn't. I know Bonnie and Clyde 97 was probably one of the most underappreciated songs that he did. And I thought it was clever as shit. I love it. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, let's debate music. Let's educate me on music. Let's do it that way. Let's correct Sid Jones. Look, the way that the companies work, the way that the underground works, and I'm just saying that when you work your way up to that ladder and you're climbing it, you go from the underground, the cesspool, up. And you try. And there's some that quit and they don't make it. And they fall off the ladder. And they climb up. And then there's some that don't make it. And then you got some that fucking flourish beyond any and all expectations of their own. That's what I'm saying. The underground is absolutely necessary for reinvention. When you look at the Sex Pistols, mainstream for sure, but they were very underground when they started. They were a garage band. The Clash, same thing. Henry Rollins and Black Flag, same damn thing. Now Henry Rollins is worth how much money? Ridiculous amounts of money. And he did that and started by working at a Haagen-Dazs and then had an opportunity to sing on stage with Black Flag. And now look at him. Yeah, that's a good question. Good point. Why would you do something if you don't want to succeed? Like, yeah, you keep it underground. I never understood that. But if you've got that, if you keep that underground love and appreciation, that's another thing. When you say, I'm going to keep it to the love of the underground, you're going to keep that love. I get that shit. Except that doesn't sound good when you're throwing it into a song. When you say, I keep it underground, there, simple, cut, straight, to the point. But then what happens is you've got people, they take their microscope, the same one they used to find their penis, and they're looking, and they're like, oh, and then they translate that. See, what we need is people like Child's Play Ninja as these scholars, right? And what they do is they write some shit down. And they're like, okay, I'm going to listen to this. And then I'm going to interpret it the way that I see it. Like when they say in the Bible, there was these scholars, and they said, they're saying, or in the Quran, they said, it wasn't, 72 virgins, but 72 raisins. Those are very different things, right? But that's exactly what happens. You've got people who take things to their own interpretation. Much with like music, it's almost like a religious thing as well. There's people that misinterpret it or they twist it so it fits their agenda. And that's exactly what people do online. They'll take 15 seconds of Twisted, 15 seconds of Blaze, 15 seconds of whatever, and be like, oh, he's starting shit. I've seen it. Blaze was saying something, and I've watched it time and time again. Like, what's Blaze trying to say in this? I'm like, I think he was trying to say there was a party upstairs and it was a dope fucking show. Holy shit. Eye-raising, isn't it? Fucking, I don't understand it. But people are going to come up with their own interpretations. People are going to do their own bullshit. And guess what? You're left to it. You're more than welcome to it. I'm just saying, you look like an asshole more so than I do. And you look like a bitch when you do it. I'm going to sign off with that, ladies and gentlemen. So with all that being said, my name is Sid Jones. This has been an awesome Siduation Room. Fuck USPS. Fuck what you think. Fuck the beef. And fuck all that noise. We keep it about the music. And guess what, motherfuckers? We keep the love for the underground. Much love.